Good morning, Golden Flashes fans. We are on Friday, January 15th, getting ourselves ready here for our Ohio home game tomorrow evening on the 16th. That'll be the third straight home game that we've had here to start the league season. Obviously, an important game, MAC East division game, home game in league. And I don't know exactly where the standings will be with everybody, but going into the game, there's a number of us in the MAC East that are 2-1. So obviously it's a big game for early in the year for seeding purposes and MAC East championship purposes. So as we get prepared for this game here tonight, to recap, Miami of Ohio, which was our most recent game on Tuesday, we pulled out a win against Miami, and for about 35 minutes played about as well as we could defensively in particular. We were holding them to 35% field goal percentage. Defense had a 15-point lead with 5:30 to go. And for whatever reason, and there's a number of reasons, that lead got cut to 2, and we then made a bunch of free throws at the end and held on for an 8-point win. So we took Wednesday off. That was a Tuesday game, Wednesday off. We showed a lot of film on Thursday. We shot Thursday. We practiced Thursday night. And one of the key areas that we worked on Thursday evening was situational basketball. We've had a number of times this year where we've had double-digit leads, whether it be at the 13-minute mark, the 16-minute mark, the 12-minute mark. You go to Western Michigan, we were up 12 with 10 minutes to go. And then for a 3 or 4 minute period, we have struggled both offensively and defensively in terms of putting teams away and allowing teams to get back in the game. So we worked on 2 situations last night. One, end of game, 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Similar to the Miami game, we were up 10, and the goal was that you have to win by 15 to have won the game with our blue team versus our white team. We then did another situation where there was 15 minutes to go, and we were up 13, and we were going to play to the under 4-minute media timeout. We had to be up 20 for us to have won the game. So we're trying to be really conscious of those things, the things we need to do in terms of offensive execution and defensive execution. I clipped for our players, and I'll just show this to you here real quick, is in 8 games where we've had double-figure leads, there's a total of 320 minutes during those 8 games, 40 minutes a game, times 8, 320 minutes. For 263 of the 327 minutes, we've guarded our opponents to 39% field goal defense. We've turned it over 1 every 4 minutes, which is equivalent to 10 a game, a little less than 10 a game. And we've given up rebounds at a rate of 1 every 3.5 minutes, which again is about 9 offensive rebounds a game. And the other 57 minutes, 4 minutes here, 3 minutes there, 5 minutes here, teams have shot 58% against us. We've turned it over once a minute and have given up an offensive rebound every 3.5 minutes as opposed to 5 minutes, I'm sorry. So during those periods of time, we've played about as poor basketball as you can play. And our goal in each of these games coming up is to try to erase that 2, 3, 4 minute segment. And you're never going to play perfect. Other teams are going to have runs. But we've got to limit those runs to being a 2 or 3 point run instead of a 7 and 8 point run. And that's really what we worked on last night. It in a way cost us the Penn State game earlier in the season. And when you have 9 players that didn't play last year, and even some upperclassmen who haven't played at a program like Kent State where, winning is what we do, there's a learning curve for those guys. So Xavier, Jalal, Dion, Jalen Walker, Marvin, all of those guys play meaningful minutes for us. Kellen didn't play last year. So there's a lot to learn, and we're trying to get better at those things as we head into February and March because, February and March, we don't want to put ourselves in a situation where we get up 13 and it's cut to 3 because that situation could end up ending your season at some point. So that's what we're working on. We hopefully, against Ohio, great team, great offensive team, as good as we've faced. They shoot it from every position. We're going to have to play really well against them defensively, and we need to try to put together a 40-minute game. It's going to be difficult because of how good they are shooting the ball. They got a great point guard, and they play very, very hard, especially on the offensive end. So we're going to have to do a great job in that game for 40 minutes. Hope that you'll be there to cheer us on and to help get these guys going. And, we'll continue to move forward from there and get to the next game after that. So appreciate everybody's support, and go Flashes.